Okay, here we go, back in our Highfleet campaign. We made some good territory gains in our last episode with our fleet pushing forward to sort of the next line up from her. So the strategy or the goals for this recording session are we want to take on Shaylee here, get some more intel, see if we can look at a few more strike groups. We know about the Kavkaz strike groups, which was currently heading for Shaybad. They're not moving particularly fast. I'm probably expecting them to head to Tarshish, and they're probably just going to be kind of circling around Gazem, which is the first fleet HQ we're going to be taking. We'll get the fleet at to move up to Nimreth, and we'll get this fleet here to move to Dadan, and then the Nimreth fleet's going to move back here and take this refueling center while this fleet takes Sadar, and then we've got a staging point where what I'm planning on doing is bringing up the Frankston, the Collingwood, and the Crazy Horse, and using them to prepare to stage a strike against this strike fleet. Strike against the strike fleet. So basically the plan is to destroy the strike fleet with first we'll hit it with bombers, then we'll hit it with missiles, and then we'll send the Collingwood in to finish it off. We've got a little bit of work before we can get there though. First thing I want to do is the Screamer arrived here last session, so I just want to get some equipment off the Screamer. We want to mount this fab bomb on the Rooster 3. Oh, it's already got a bomb on it, that's cool. So we won't put a bomb on, there's also already a bomb here, so we can carry that bomb away. I've already done that, that's great. The rest of the stuff we're going away with, we've got a D80 Molot here, we're going to give to the Collingwood when we get there, so that's all fine. Where's our other Screamer right now? I think it's in the City of the Hidden People. Yeah, what did it bring with it when it came through? I think it might have a T-80 with missiles and KH-15Ps. Okay, so I'm thinking about sending this guy back out again just to see if there's any more missiles available here. I can't remember. Oh, no, I think we picked them all up. That's fine. We're going to leave him here for the moment. He's going to be integral in our plans of luring out this strike fleet. Really, we're just waiting for some repairs. We've got 2 hours repairs here, 2 hours of repairs here. All these guys are almost finished, so they're about to be dispatched. I'm not going to fast forward until they have. They've also finished refueling. These guys here are still refueling. We'll just wait for them to go through. Their repairs are done, so we'll send out the Rooster and the Starfish. They're going to head to Dadan, and once they've taken off, I'm going to send off the Screamer to link up here and just bring the supplies that it's got into the City of the Hidden People. These guys here are finishing up as well. So Screamer, can you go over here? And that says left Nagar, which is just pinged over to Dangerous, so I'm glad we're moving out. Just need to watch out on, we're taking a few hits in these fights. They're just pushing our repairs on a little bit too long. It feels like the timer for ticking over to Dangerous is a little bit lower, which is another reason why finding the City of the Hidden People is a huge boon for us this early. I'm thinking there's another one somewhere around here. I failed to find one here last time. It could be easy to find from let's actually have a look. Is there any roads heading off? There's roads heading off in the right direction. So let's actually, while we're waiting, we'll get the not the Crazy Horse, we'll get the Howler. And I'm just going to send it to just look for Hidden City over here. Meanwhile, we're going to send the Rooster out to attack Dadan. I will just speed the Starfish down. And we'll keep an eye on our repairs here. 0.4 hours there, 0.7 hours there. Cool. Alright, now that he's landed here, we're going to go to the shipworks. Oh, he hasn't landed yet. Okay. He's currently just landing. Now he's landed. Now that we've done that, I can go into the shipworks and I can load up the Collingwood and I can mount on our first scavenged D80 Molot. We've got some Zeniths as well. I don't want to mount any of those on him. I do have a new build for the Audacities that use the missiles, but I'll wait till they have a repair step and they actually have some in stock as well. I should have given some to these guys. That's what I meant to do. Okay, we've got a garrison detected here at Dadan. Let's just see what it's like. It doesn't look like there's a trade fleet here. We haven't had a great amount of luck finding trade fleets yet, but well, we don't really need them. We're doing okay on cash. As long as we stay hovering about 30,000. I just saw a Gladiator. Alright, it's Gladiator MRL, so my fear is disbanded. This isn't going to be a big problem. A couple of things to talk about before we get into this fight. I had a couple of questions about using the bombs. Basically, the query that I'm getting is, why not just hold the bomb for the whole fight? Just make sure you don't get shot on the bottom, and that keeps the enemies on the ground until the end. That's a pretty good suggestion. The only reason I really used the bomb last time was because there was a Gladiator in combat, and I really wanted to try and take as much of it out with the bomb as I could, but really it didn't matter too much. In this instance, I'm probably not going to use the bomb. I am probably going to launch the missiles at the Flower, just because it's going to be really annoying with the amount of missiles that it's got. The Navarin and the Flower are just going to drill away with the 57mm. I'm going to deal with them first, and then I'm going to deal with the Gladiator. I think I can do this with HE ammo, so I'm going to reserve my ammo. If I'm finding that I'm running out of fuel before I manage to deal with these guys, we will switch to actually using our Prox Fuse to take the Gladiator faster. But let's see how we do. This ship, oh by the way, I've switched to the adaptive cursor just to see if that works a bit better for me. So we launch a missile at this guy. I'm just going to fire what we've got in him. Do some damage to the Gladiator before it takes off if we can. They managed to shoot the rocket down, sadly, because they've got 57mm. One thing I am struggling with is I'm better at aiming with the longer crosshair, but not as better at anticipating shots. So I tend to overshoot quite a lot. I don't want to dodge too much in this fight because we don't have a lot of fuel to mess around with. That's some good damage to the flower now. Okay, that's the flower down. Let's focus on the Navran now. I'm not sure what this adaptive cursor is really doing for me, because now it's shrunk down to a tiny cursor. I thought it would just change its length slightly depending on the ammo being used. Maybe it's to do with the range to my target. When they're in close, it drops to a smaller shot. As before, we want to get below this Gladiator and just shoot it from below bottom, and obviously just dodge these missiles. The 220mm rockets, they do a lot of damage if they hit. Unfortunately, I don't think the Gladiator's going to let us get below it. We're 50% fuel. I could expend a rocket here, but I don't think I need to. I mentioned in the last video, but I just want to reiterate that in the next patch, Palash is going to regenerate for the player, which is a huge game changer, especially for smaller ships like this. I got a little bit scared there. We can just afford to take our time here. Cool, that's him burnt out. Alright, we didn't take any damage basically, which is great, so we can afford to try and do the refit, which will just let us internally mount our rockets, even though we only have one rocket left over. Let's see what we've got in terms of things to recover. Royal Guard, best upgrade you can get for a ship. Those that don't know what Royal Guard does, it reduces the amount of time it takes to restore morale while the ship's resting. It's a huge bonus. Alright, there's a lot going on here. I want to get this A220 if I can. That's going to be great. That's 4,000 credits. This gun is dead. I'm never going to grab that. There's a Vermpool here, which is worth 2,000. It's worth picking up. We've got some survivors, but they're going to be a while. We've got radio room. We've got fuel tanks are going to be our first concern, so let's just get them going. We don't really have a choice on those. Let's just get this guy to speed up. And if we are looking, these guys have finished repairing, so I'm going to send them up to, what's this place called? Shaley. And these guys are about to leave as well. We're just waiting for them to finish repairing, and they're up on their way to Nimrith. So we've got a few things going on again, but we're making lots of gains. Our fleet is operating really nicely. We've got our I don't want to say the people that we can afford to lose out and about doing combat, but that's the point, is that they can take the hits. That means we don't lose the flagship on the more important ships. We need a new rescue order here. It should have zoomed in when I clicked on them. Funny that it didn't. Oh, I clicked on the wrong ship. Alright, what have we got? Survivors, A220, ammo, radio, crew cabins, captain's cabin. I really want to get more valuables. This is integral to my strategy of actually recruiting Tarkans, as you saw with my last one. So I'm going to search crew cabin next. Probably giving that a bit too much precedence, but I'm ready. Oh, he's being ordered to link up with them instead of landing here. Have they already finished their repairs? Looks like they have. No, they've got 2 hours left on that repair. Alright. Okay, he's landed. I just want him to refuel. We've got an icon there. It just appeared as the window closed. We'll just get him to fully fuel up. Is there anything for sale in here that I want to pick up just while I'm here to check? No. Alright, that's all good. So he's going to be ready to head out to search for Hidden City in a second. These guys are moving forward. We have a new rescue here. Search for survivors, search captain's cabin. Secure the ammunition, A220. I do need crew protection, so I'm pretty happy to pick that up. What we'll do is we'll go ammo, survivors, A220, I think. We should have time for all 3. And again, I just want to keep my morale nice and high, because I feel like morale is going to be a big problem later on in this campaign, so I want to give myself a decent bottom level that we're going to work from. I'll deal with this in a second, because it's going to take me a lot of attention. I don't want to lose the ship, because I'm in the middle of sorting these guys out. I'll just wait for these guys to move forward as well. Now we need to start being careful because there is a chance we're running into the territory of this strike fleet, and we're getting a bit close. So I was going to do survivors next. I may have misjudged this. We're probably going to lose the A220, which is really sad. In fact, do I want to take the risk on the A220? I think I want to take the risk on the A220 and just let the survivors die. You need to split off now. The Dzersky goes. The Sleepy Pupper arms down, and you, while we're just sitting here, are going to start heading off into the desert. Let's see if we can find another city of the hidden people. So again, I'm just going to follow the roads. You can find cities of the hidden people through the use of radar on ground mode, which is... Ooh, we found a trade fleet. Ah, wow. So we just got super lucky. We got insanely lucky because we found a prize ship that's on the ground. And finding it on the ground means that it was not able to detect us on radar, which means that the enemy have not been forewarned of our arrival. If this ship had been in the air, they would have set off a radio signal and alerted the enemy to our presence. It would have changed our play style quite heavily. I'm definitely going to take prox fuse for this. There's just too many ships. I want to deal with them quite quickly. We don't have the fuel for an extended engagement. We're mostly dealing with Intrepids here, which we've seen many before. One ship I want to point out is the Scarab. You don't see the Scarab very often. It's quite rare. It's basically an Intrepid, slightly smaller, with 57 millimeters rather than the D80 Molots that these ones mount. Want to try and get some D80 Molots if we can off these. The Courageouses I'm not worried about. It's actually the 57 millimeter on the Scarab that's probably our biggest threat here, but I'm hoping we can do this with our prox fuse. Oh, I was expecting the ammo to deal with him.
The enemy has been destroyed.
I'm not making a great impression here with the prox fuse ammo. That's a bit better. Slowly going through him. Let's try not to use as much fuel as I'm using. I am going through fuel quite quickly right now. I'm actually going to launch a missile at him. Do really want to kill that Courageous if I can avoid it. Finally. Ooh, I flew into that. That wasn't great. Probably going to restart this fight after that hit. Yeah, let's just go for a restart. I don't want to take that hit like that. Maybe use my missiles a little bit earlier when they're on the ground if I can identify the Intrepids. There's a Courageous. Courageous. What's the ship at the end? That's our Intrepid. I'll launch 2 missiles at him. And I actually don't want to take the Courageous out. I want to keep them in the fight for as long as possible. Oh, he shot them both down. That was mean. This is better. No prox fuse. Crap. I forgot that he could have prox fuse. Ugh. I was so enjoying so much shooting at him with my prox fuse that I forgot that he would have prox fuse. Okay, we're down to morale 3. This is actually has to be our last attempt. I forgot that this ship had been in a few fights already. Where is our enemy? Courageous. Where is the Navarin? There it is. Can you come back on the screen, please? Okay, he's down. There's another one on the ground there. That's the other Intrepid. We'll launch a rocket at him. Overshot, unfortunately, because we came in at too high a speed. We'll just make sure we're not getting hit by any prox fuse here. Yeah, I knew he was going to fire prox fuse at us. Get out of my way. Okay, those are the biggest threats. The next ship that's taken off is the prize ship, so we can take out a Courageous now. There is an enemy below us, I promise. Also, the Scarab apparently has Palash, which I did not know. Down to 30% fuel. That's the Scarab dealt with. Let's just take this guy out now. This is the last enemy. Do we want to do a lot of falling here? That's it, we won. Okay, I may have made some mistakes in that fight, but we're going to wake out with enough money that I'm okay with the damage we've taken. All of it looks to be superficial apart from the engine damage here, which will take a little bit of time to replace. Honestly, I'm happy enough with it. I just forgot a couple of things, like the fact the Intrepid can fire prox fuse at me, and I've just give it enough respect. There's a lot to keep in your head. We'll go with Ever Ready. Just the fully loaded guns helps a lot. Just made 22,000 gold on the capture, which is great. Let's have a look. We've got a deity mall here. I really want that, even though we need crew protection for it. There's an A220 as well. That's another $4,000. These fuel tanks are about to explode, so I'm going to have to grab those first. We're going to miss out on survivors here as well. All right, let's see how things are looking here. Oh, actually, before we go, let's just speed him up. And we've got another fight about to kick off over here. But let's see how things are here. So we're just following this road. And what we're looking for is any road that heads northeast. Now, this road, unfortunately, instantly heads off to the southwest. I don't see any other roads heading northeast from this location. I'm going to fly it a little bit further just to see if we pick up any roads. Oh, we just got who just got a you need a rescue order. So it looks like the crew expired without us losing anything bad. We'll grab the farm pull for some more money. Oh, here's our other fight. There's a better garrison for you. We've got a ballistic and 2 sloggers. We can take that on with HE. So just get the Dursky into the fight as soon as possible. A little bit low on those shots. Got one of the, I think it was a slugger before it took off. Got both sluggers before they took off. This bomb thing is a bit ridiculous. Getting to shoot the enemy before they take off, as long as you can hit them, is pretty strong. Not too worried about a ballistic with those rockets. It's just too easy to dodge them in Audacity. I was a little bit low on that barrage. He turned at the last second there. Cool. That was an easy garrison. Compared to the one we just had to fight with the other ship. Okay, we're making some good territory. The Brunswick is leveled up. Let's get Royal Guard. The Tversky's leveled up. Let's get 20% repair speed. Yeah. Okay, what have we got here? deity Molot, fuel tanks, ammo, crew cabins. This is going to be quite tough. We'll definitely get this Monarch. We probably won't have time for this Monarch because I have to get the ammo and the fuel first. And let's just speed up the guy here. Oh, did I just order him to leave? I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's frustrating. I must have clicked on the desert by accident. That's really frustrating. Okay, deity Monarch here, still have time for that. We still have time for the ammo. We'll need crew protection because I don't want to take any morale hits. Okay, well, we're a bit stuck now, so we'll grab the ammo. I've lost out on a lot of money because he flew away. You are landed in the desert now because of even your orders, but it doesn't look like there's anything here. Why don't you just link up with these guys here? That's fine. And I think you need a rescue order? No, you need a rescue. You're finished rescuing. Okay, let's land you in the city and see what's going on. We'll get him landed just for a quick repair. I think I can land in that 72. I'm still getting used to the game without dithering turned on. It's very... Oh, there's a 90 there. It's very, very clear. It's a little bit weird. It definitely takes a little bit of the like, I don't know, the gritty grunginess away from the game. But I have to say it is a lot easier to see stuff. I like the dirt on the monitor here. The mask. This is very tight.
100 meters. Everyone get ready.
Careful. Careful. Let's not pinball. That's a perfect landing.
Touchdown confirmed.
I'm really happy with that. Don't need the 90% repair speed because it's such a tiny amount of repairs that we need, but... Okay, ship works. Let's get you repairing. And what have we got for sale here? There are G80 Molots for sale here. There are FAP 1000s for sale here. There are Zeniths for sale here. Let's grab a whole stack of Zeniths. Oh, those are KH-15Ps, not Zeniths. There's also KH-15Ps for sale here, but I want the Zeniths. Okay, I don't want the other 29s. Yuck. I want the Fabs. I'm going to hold out on buying any bombs for any DD Molots for now. And what we'll do is, because he's landed, we've got this 90% repair speed. I'm actually going to do the little refit that I was thinking about. It's actually really simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 small hull pieces. I'm going to put one here and one here. I'm going to move, oops, oh, that's fine. I'm going to move the flare launcher over, so to here, except I'm going to misclick with it. Or actually, I'm going to move the flare launcher to the outside of the ship. I'm going to grab the missile. This is very bad. It's just not letting me click properly. So put this back here. We'll grab the Zenith, and we put the Zenith in this slot here. It's still not... You've got to have your missile poking out the ship a little bit. But this at least keeps it so it's not going to get hit on the side hits, and then the fuel tanks can still sit below in the main body of the ship. It's a tiny, tiny change, but it should make a little bit of a difference. And then we just put the flare launchers here, which, again, they're not as protected, but they can take more hits than the Zenith can. So it's a small change. That's going to take 7 hours, which I think is acceptable. So just exit out. We'll just ride over the Rooster B class. Let's see what we've got for supplies here. We're good for fuel, so we'll just sell our excess fuel by right-clicking. Thank you very much again to everyone who suggested that, who told me about that. Prox Fuse 130, let's pick up some more of that. Armor Piercing 100 we're good for. Prox Fuse 130, 100. I want to grab as much of that as I can. Incendiary 57, Incendiary 37, aircraft rockets. No laser guided. Okay, so they're doing their thing there. They're refueling. They're good to go. City of the Hidden People, they're all nice and easy here. He's flying over to join them. They're landed and they're doing rescues. Okay, they've landed. That's fine. Who's taking off? Okay, he's taking off from the desert. There's definitely not I'm pretty sure there's not a hidden city anywhere here. I'll just keep an eye on him as he flies and see if we see any roads. But I don't think we're going to see anything. So my objective here is just to kind of center down. Oh yeah, let's actually mark off D80s. There's D80 mullets here. And there's K-15Ps there as well for sale. We're going to try and work out where these guys are. And from there, we'll be able to narrow them down and get an airstrike on them. Once we get these guys up, I'm expecting them to get an ELINT signal off them. Oh, we just need another rescue here. Yeah, they pick up the mullet, that's fine. And when we get that ELINT signal, it'll give me a good picture of where they are. I'm surprised we're not picking up any ELINT already, because if they were at Shaybad before, they're probably only going to be on the route from here to Nimrith, to Tarshish or Kushan. They were only there 16 hours ago, and their speed is 91. They're not going to have gotten very far from here. Let's see what our rescue options are here. AK-100, AK-750. No, let's secure the ammo first, and then we'll get the AK-100. He just finished. Okay, we can land here. Let's see what's going on. And we'll... it says you're not damaged, but you are, but that's fine. If you're not, well, we'll actually we need to land you no matter what, because I want to refit you. If we have any missiles available, we don't have missiles available. There's no point doing the refit on him yet, though. Actually, we do have one missile, so let's get him landed. I'll just do that really quickly. So you can get into this 58. This is another reason, by the way, why the game seems to encourage you to use fast interceptors, because a lot of the landing strips have these very small landing bays that have a reasonable repair speed in them, but only something like a Lightning or a Rook or a Navran can fit into them. You'd never get a Gladiator into this spot. You could maybe squeeze a Paladin in, but I mean it's tight enough on the Audacity, which is slightly too wide as a build now that I'm thinking about it. There he is on the ground. Okay, let's get him repaired. Gonna take 2 hours just to shore that area up, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll come in, we'll grab two small hull parts, one here, and we'll grab this, the flares, which of course, we actually lost a flare launcher here. That's important to know. We'll just put this one here for now. There's no flare launchers to replace it with, but we do need a flare launcher for this guy. I'll just pick up the missile and we'll move it in there. So it takes 6 hours. So it's quite a big job. I'll just save over the class. And that's what do we got for supplies here? Well, we definitely want fuel. We obviously didn't pick any fuel up, which is a bit of annoying. And we've got 200 kilogram bombs. We've got 340mm aircraft rockets. No laser guided fuel. We've got the old incendiary 300mm, which I don't know what fires that. We do actually maybe have too much fuel. We'll see how that goes. Okay, strike groups. There's a strike group up in Jaffa. Not too worried about that. Tactical groups. Oh, there's a missile carrier here. Missile carrier Ozone. Missile carrier Ozone right now looks like they're landed. This is a very good opportunity to take them out while they're on the ground. I could send the Crazy Horse and the Tyrannus a little bit closer, hit them with bombs and missiles, and then if they're still alive, I've got... These guys aren't going to take... They're not doing any repairs. Well, they are doing 6 hours of repairs. I could bring them in to finish the fleet off. It's just taking them out without setting off an alarm is going to be the hard thing. they're not huge. They're not a huge worry, missile carrier group, because if they don't know where you are, there's not a lot they can do. And as long as you can dodge, when you get into combat with them, they'll have a lot of zeniths. But as long as you can dodge the zeniths, it's usually not a big problem. So whilst this is quite an attractive strategic chart, quite an attractive strategic chart. No, I can't talk. Quite an attractive strategic target. I'm actually going to hold off using my strategic weapons against them. I want to save them for Kafkas, and I don't want to botch the attack and then cause an alarm to go off. I can afford that when I'm hitting a strike group. I can't afford that when I'm attacking a support fleet near a strike group. I don't want the strike group finding where I am just now. So I'm actually not going to attack them. I'm going to wait for my repairs to go through, and we'll move on to the next stage. So the fleet down at Dadan is going to take Sardar. The Nimreth fleet is actually going to try and attack them in close combat. And the fleet over here at Shaley is going to move in and attack the Tarshish here. And we're going to hopefully corner the strike fleet up in Shebat. Now, I have a note on the map here that I think there's a Tarkan in Shaley, so we'll be able to check that in a second. And they've almost finished refueling. Everyone's just repairing right now. That's all that's really happening. They've just joined up. That's what's happened there. All right, let's get you guys on the ground. They've got low morale, so we need to think about that as well. That's quite important. Oh, I didn't actually land them. Also, there's no Tarkan, which is a shame. Not great options for repairs. They're going to be stuck here for a while. It might actually be worth flying them to somewhere I can do a repair. We'll see how long it's going to take. I'm just going to land them. I'm going to try and land them between the 5 and the 10. I will get a 15% repair speed increase. It's probably too much of an angle to pull off what I want to try and pull off, but we'll try it. If we just put the left leg up on this lip here, like this, what should happen is we get the benefits of this repair area and this one here. And that should give us a 15% repair speed increase. Yeah, it does. Cool. So let's just get him repairing. It's going to take 15 hours, which is quite a long time. That's unfortunate. We do have this deity monot here we want to deliver to the main fleet. We'll sell the excess fuel. No laser guided ammo. We've got 180 proxies, which is nice to see. We've got aircraft missiles. Nothing here I really want, but what I will do is we'll scan for another strike group. Hopefully they're up here somewhere. Yeah, they are. Okay, so we've got Soyuz is up here at Darut, and tactical group is one here at Nimrod. That's another missile carrier. Okay, that's Vulture. So we're starting to see a picture of where our enemies are, and that is giving me... So I know that I can take this strike group pretty much unmolested right now, as long as I don't make too much noise. And I can... There's an aircraft carrier somewhere in this area that this fleet will probably need to deal with, but they're going to be sitting around for a while repairing. If things take too long here, I'll fly them back to Kila to finish the repairs there, or I can float them over and get them to the city of the hidden people. But I would like to keep them close to the front line so we can get them back in the action as soon as possible. What I do want to do is I'll get the Howler to pick up their D80 Monolith. Now, it hasn't got enough fuel at the moment, but it is... Well, I need to actually give it some fuel, so hang on. It's got enough fuel now. We'll just give it a little bit extra. So I get to fly over and join them, and we'll just get everyone else to finish repairing. And what I'm probably going to finish off this mission is by seeing if we can hit the missile carrier at Ozone once the repairs here are finished. So for the meantime, I'm just going to fast forward. 3.8 hours left here, 3.89 hours left here, 13 hours left here. I think we're going to be fine. We've got a radio signal coming in. Let's see what we've got. Okay, it's coming from Tarshish area. Flying west-northwest carrying slaves, Sirocco. Oh, I want to take them out. So, looks like someone is flying out of Tarshish, potentially flying west-northwest, so they're heading up to Shebad. Not too worried about garrison fleets, trade fleets right now, because I really want to take out strike fleets. But let's just keep fast-forwarding for a little bit longer. Repairs are going to be finished here in just a second. We've got 9.7 hours left here. They're up to morale. What's the morale at? Why can't I see the morale? Am I going blind? Morale 3 is flashing, that's why I can't see it. They're ready to go. Let's get them up in the air. We'll head you up to Sardar. And you guys are ready to go as well, so we're going to try and take on this fleet here. This may be a mistake, but we'll see how it goes. What I could do is send a couple of bombers to hit before they land, to soften them up. I'm just really worried about the mechanics regarding an alarm going off. I don't want any alarms to go off this early, and I think I can do this without expending any plane-related resources. But then again, I mean, if I wanted to launch an airstrike, I could send in a couple of attacks with 250 kilogram bombs just to arrive before they come in, hopefully before the alarm goes off. Because what I could do is I could get them to loiter here. I'm going to send in 2 flights of bombers. I get them to loiter here until he's about to hit. They can soften some targets up for me, and then he can go in before the alarm goes off, and that should be how it works. I'm still, even after completing a campaign, I'm still uncertain about the exact mechanics on the alert alarm, where it relates to defense fleets. I've got 2 signals coming in right now, which is pretty crazy. So that looks like it's coming from Shaybad. Okay, they're just heading south-southeast, so if they are up here, they're probably heading to Kashan. But I've got another signal coming in. From behind us. Nimrith Tarshish. So there's a trade fleet. There's a trade fleet that is somehow left here and is heading up here that I have not found. But they're heading to Tarshish. Okay, well, I might intercept those down the way. But anyway, let's see how things are going here. So these guys... So if I detach the Dzerzky, he's going to arrive in 0.7 hours. These guys are incredibly fast. I'm not going to order them in just yet. Let's just speed this guy down because I don't want to lose him. So he's going to arrive in 0.5. When they get down to 0.3, I think, is when I'm going to order the planes in. 0.4, actually 0.2. Yeah, I want to order the planes in now. So you attack here, you attack here. Actually, still a little bit early, isn't it? Just hold off for a second, guys. I want you all to kind of fly in together. Okay, we're going to have to go in now because we've revealed ourselves. We're in visual range. So we'll get the bombers in first. So get ready to retreat if we see any missiles coming up in the air. No missiles coming for us. What are we hitting here? Looks like a small missile carrier. It's a lot of bombs to drop on one ship to not destroy it. That's a little bit impotent, guys. It looks like we've taken them out even though I didn't get a report of enemy destroyed. Second bomber's about to hit. Alarm is raised. Okay, so using bombers just instantly raises the alarm. I was pretty sure that was the case, but I wanted to check. Okay, we got 1 bomber. We got 1 missile carrier, so that's something. That's weakened the enemy a little bit. We're definitely going into this fight with prox fuse as well. That's a pretty big deal. And then our guy's going to come in. Now, the good news is their alarm hasn't gone off yet. So even though we've got an alarm raised, they will not have taken off yet, I believe. Or have they taken off now that the alarm is gone? It doesn't really matter if they're in the air. I can still take them on. No, look. They're still on the ground. That's excellent. Oh! I caught that at the very last second, didn't I? I hope I can order him away in time. I got my ships confused in getting ready for the combat, and I almost attacked them with my fuel carrier rather than my attack ship. Now, the one problem here is that now going to have raised the alarm by the time they come in. Yeah, there's the alarm raised. That was just really bad flying on my part. That's really frustrating. So we've got a Tarantul and a Hound. This is a bit scary. It's got 3 180mm, but absolutely no armor. We've got Intrepid, a Slugger, Ballistic. So we're going with Prox Fuse, and I'm just going to have to try and do as much damage as I can. I'm really frustrated about that. That's a bit rude, having missiles coming from me the second the fight starts. Let me take this Hound out because I think it reloads a little bit faster. Prox Fuse really just turns these Dassies into murder machines. Being a bit messy with my flying, he just crashed into the ground. And that's the whole group taken out. Just a bit annoyed with the order of operations. I sent my fuel tanker in before I sent in my fighter. Honestly, I could have made that easier by not separating them. I was too busy not sure if it was going to be a case of the bombers setting off the alarm, which they did do. Now, one of the problems is I can't hang around here. I can loot and scoot, basically. So we need to grab the fuel so we can scoot out. But there's going to be incoming fire on this location very, very soon. And what I want to do is grab the loot. I want to grab this D&D Molot once I've grabbed the fuel, and then we're going to fly away. Let's just check on our other ship because they're about to hit here. So the Rooster is the one I want to detach to Sardar. The Starfish I want to loiter. And we're still doing repairs here, which is fine. And the planes are coming back undamaged, which is good. So as soon as this rescue is complete, we'll grab them all on, and then this fleet is going to fly down. Actually, I'm going to get them to fly down to the Gar to see if they can intercept that trade fleet. That's the plan. Oh, look at this. Okay, phew. I thought I saw an incoming missile here, but it was a different fleet. Okay, Gladiator and a Sarma. This is going to be tough. We've got 2 missiles, though, so I'm probably going to try and expend the missiles on the Gladiator. We'll see what we can do. I want to use armor piercing because I don't think I'm going to be able to get below the Gladiator in time. Let's see how we do. I'm going to use a missile on the Flower. Oh, they're already in the air because the alarm's going off, of course. Well, that's cool. It means I can get below the Gladiator. Oof, big hits for the Gladiator there. I couldn't see because I was slightly... Okay, if they're starting in the air, I'm actually going to switch to Prox Fuse. I think it's a better weapon to use here because I can get below the Gladiator a lot easier. Alright, launch your missile at the Flower again. We'll use the Sarma as a shield here. Okay, Sarma's down. Now I want to try to take out this Gladiator as quick as I can. Shooting it from below does get into its fuel tanks quite quickly. Yeah, that's how you kill the Gladiator. Flower that I can just mop up. I lost a missile there, 7mm fire, but I'm not too concerned. Oh, don't miss like that. Okay, cool. Happy with that. Wasn't too bad. Took a little bit of damage to the top, but that's all just hull. It's easy to replace. We shouldn't be on the ground for too long. What we need to deal now is just get this alarm, because keep our heads low until this alarm is dealt with. 20% more maneuverable, repair 20% faster. Captain's cabin, ammunition, vermpole. So no fuel available here. Let's get the... I'm going to grab the 2 guns and let the ammo destroy something. Alright. These guys may need to relocate. We've got enemy know that we're here. We've got 24 hours on the silent strike alarm. I want to pull these guys back and they'll repair the City of the Hidden People. They could repair it as well. Alright, you've got the fuel. Oh no. Wrong. Wait, why can you land already? Huh. I thought there was more to recover here. But obviously all the timers ran out really quickly. Alright. Let's get you guys back to the City of the Hidden People. I want you to repair away from this location for now. Oh, you guys have also been clocked, okay. That means I need to relocate you as well. And they've got 6 hours of repairs left here, but low morale. I feel like I've got something weird bug-like going on here where I'm not getting a chance to do the rest of my recovery, because there was more stuff to grab here. I'm certain unless it all expired. But oh well. Well, the good news is we've taken out our first enemy support fleet. It's not a strike fleet, but we dealt with them in a pretty decent manner. I think they took it out nicely. Just a shame that we managed to get a 24-hour alert raised off it, which I didn't really want to do so early on. If I didn't care, I would have just killed them with planes. But as it is, I ended up giving away my position in too many locations because now the enemy's on alert. So we're gonna have to just get our heads down for a little bit and get out of the way. I want to take the risk with preparing this guy because I think he's far enough away from the strike fleet that in this location he's not going to get attacked. Fingers crossed. So let's just fully repair him. We've got the rockets to put him back into action, which is quite good. I'm going to sell these Varmpools and this A220 for some cash. Just keep our funds liquid. Let's get him refueled. Oh, let's just check what else is available here. 100 kilogram bombs, 188 armor piercing. We'll just top up on the 100 millimeter armor piercing because we used a bit there. We'll top up on, oh wow, we'll top up on prox fuse as well. And let's just check for the strike group. Hopefully up here somewhere. Yep, here they are here. Oh, no, all the way up here at Sadie. Okay, that's good. They're miles out of the way. Attack groups, is he down here somewhere? Yeah, there's an aircraft carrier werewolf down at Zephy. Okay, right. Well, we've covered a lot of ground in the video. I'm pretty happy with where things are. A little bit annoyed with how the engagement went here at, what's this city called? I can't even see the name of it. It's unnamed fuel tanker city. We will come back here because I think there's a Tarkan there. There's also probably a Tark here at Tarshish. But for now, we should get our heads down and repair and rearm a little bit before we move on the strike group. One slight thing that I can take advantage of here is that this strike group is going to be heading south because we've set up, made some noise here, and that could work in my favor. And in fact, what I might do is if the Rooster has enough, if the Dzersky has enough fuel to make it to the city of hidden people on its own. Doesn't quite yet, but what I'll do in the next video is once they do have enough fuel to make it to the city and hidden people on their own. So if I detach the Sleepy Pupper, feels a bit tight. Once I've gotten them back, or if I actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Sleepy Pupper to go back here. He now still has enough fuel to make it to the city of people. I'm going to refuel, see if there's a Tarkan, and land them in the desert somewhere nearby, just to keep an eye on the Elant. They have an Elant scanner to see if we can detect when the strike fleet moves in towards us, so we can prepare an ambush for them, because they're going to head in this direction now. Now that we've set the alarm off, that's what they will do. They'll investigate, and we can hopefully lay in the sand and ambush them with some missiles and some planes when they're not in position to deal with us. But that's everything for this video. I'm going to try and get another one out in the sort of Christmas period, so keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in how the campaign's going. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great new year. Have a great festive season. Merry Christmas if that's your thing. If not, just have a really good time. Hope you get to see your friends and family, etc. And I will see you very soon. Thank you very much, and bye.